Hey everybody, this is Scotsman. That's Antonio. He's from Mississippi. He's joining us today. These green grinding wheels, man, these things are awesome. Y'all need to get some. But he's putting a nickel landing on it right here, and he's going to show us a few things. He stopped in before we had to go up to Tennessee. But you run your amps at 70 to 75, a 1/8 gap, nickel landing, and you have your amps down a little bit lower. And the way he's jacking this in here is just kind of slowly letting it fill back in and going back out of the puddle and back in, letting it fill up on the inside. Put your tacks in and get your 4 good tacks in there. He's got them about 3/4 of an inch long, and then you'll see over here him grinding those, feathering the tacks in. Do a good job of this so you can get good tie-ins. Feather off for it. He says he puts one right at 6 o'clock. It starts off of that, comes up one side, and then finishes the whole side out and goes to the other. Here's just a look at the tacks. We'll tack it up right here. Yeah, he's from Ghost Mississippi. Here's a quick look at our shop. Here's one side of it anyway. The welding school. Some of the guys in there. I thought y'all'd like to see what we got going on. Using this Lincoln at 70 amps, and he's got the arc force at around 55. Got him a good arm pad there on the whistle stop. Here he is coming up off the tack, and you can see it. These arc shots, we did this without too much editing, so we come show you inside the pipe and then come around on the outside so you can get a good feel. You can kind of see how he's propped up and how he's jacking it in there. We just want to show different ways. We got dozens of instructors from all over the country, and everybody welds a little different. And that's the point of these videos, is we're not showing you, hey, there's just only one way to do this. You never know when you might be out in the field and get stuck with a wide gap or a tight gap, and you need to know how to weld it this way or with this certain rod or with this certain machine. So, you know, everywhere is a little different. If you go up to some plants in Tennessee, they weld different than they do in Oklahoma. So just remember that just because you've been welding for 20 years doesn't mean you know everything. But anyway, back to how he's doing this. As he's coming off the bottom, he's going to go a little bit slower. He's going to allow that bead to fill up on the inside and get plenty of root reinforcement. And then on the top, he's going to go just a little bit faster. Make sure you keep the rod pushed into the root opening. He says he's got to push rod in there. But don't long arc it. If you long arc it, you'll get sucked back. Now, speaking of that welder that's been welding for 20 years, I know we don't have a lot of perfect welders out there, but all you got to do is ask one. He'll tell you, you know, he's a perfect welder. So that just leads into this story about if you know anybody that's perfect. And that's an easy question to answer. We probably know somebody who thinks he or she's perfect, you know, that welder. But the thought is immediate proof of his or her imperfection. I've often said it myself, nobody's perfect. Yet in the midst of the consistently reassuring ourselves that no one is perfect, we hear the sobering words of the Nazarene. Be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Now, I just want to stop right here and tell you, I am not a religious man, but I know somebody who is. And he told me you can't run with every dog that hunts, but you better pick one and stick with it. Now, that'll sink in a little later after this story, but anyway, the word perfect that he's talking about is teleos in the Greek text, and it means to be perfect as a hammer is perfect tool for hammering a nail. So be the best you can be, develop and be useful with all you have particularly been given. Fulfill your God-given potential and use what you have been gifted with to make a positive impact on the lives of others. So be perfect, not in the sense of being without flaw or blemish, but be useful to others and what you've been given. Hope you enjoy this video. We'll see you next time. Thank you.